Next. The incident actually happened last night at 1 minute past midnight, wherein initially fire at magazine number 5 of the 10 Forward Service Support Unit ammo complex here at Evangelista, City. This fire was followed by initially the explosion, small explosion of the small arms ammunition, followed by a series of loud explosions. The said magazine actually contains various ammunition, hence the sporadic explosion lasted until 01:15 or 1:15 in the morning. And with the joint effort of our soldiers and responding firefighters, the fire was declared fire out at 3:10 in the morning. Shown is the magazine in the subject magazine, our magazine number 5, prior to the explosion. If you will look at the picture to the left, it's actually situated in a low ground, surrounded by high elevation, which is actually the design of our ammo complex. Our magazines are situated and designed in such a way to prevent spread of fire or explosion. And this is the magazine after the explosion. As seen in the picture, it was really totally destroyed. I'd like to highlight the picture in the middle just to emphasize that the doors of the magazines, the locks are intact, meaning nobody tampered with the locks, thus giving us further evidence to erase sabotage. It's one of the indications that we're looking at. The unfortunate incident happened despite the different safety measures. However, these safety measures, if not put in place, would have resulted to a different result. So, as you can see, our magazines have emplaced barricades. Again, in this, just like what happened last night, this prevented the spread of the fire and the explosion to the other magazines inside the ammo complex. And of course, we do have firefighting equipment in place, as shown in the left pictures. Also, we have round-the-clock guard system, which proved very, very important last night because it gave us the early warning, ample time for us to react, evacuate our personnel initially, as well as the civilians that are living near the ammo complex. So this, our round-the-clock system, again, help us to react faster. Then I'd just like to show that we do endeavor to make our facility safe. As shown is our updated fire safety certificate. We do ask the assistance of our Bureau of Fire Protection to help us assess our facilities, check if there are any improvement for us to be given the fire safety certificate. Each of the magazine in the ammo complex was actually inspected one by one by the Bureau of Fire before giving us the certificate. Again, this is just to ensure that our facilities are safe. However, again, because of the unfortunate incident, we do have some injured person. Shown are the names of the different civilians, age 45, 15, and 20 years old. Please do take note that all of these wounded or injured civilians have already been discharged from the hospital since that night. And for the damage, our estimated cost of the damage is at 27.7 million pesos. I'd like to show the different actions taken by 4ID and our unit to address the incident. Initially, a 500-meter radius cordon area was established. Again, considering the involved materials are explosives that can throw trajectories projectiles up to 500 meters. This is again to ensure that we will minimize the exposure of the civilians that are living within this 500-meter radius. Also, there were 11 fire trucks. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the Cagayan de Oro City Fire Station as well as the volunteer firefighters that help us in addressing or fighting the fire last night. They were with us until 0500 or 5 a.m. this morning. So when the incident started, these firefighters were with us. And of course, as mentioned, with the cordon 500-meter radius, we did evacuate the different families, around 61 families and 321 individuals in total, with 2 evacuation centers established at Patag, Barangay Overcourt, and the gym inside the camp, the 4ID gym. And with our medical personnel, we also administered medical attention as well as stress debriefing and psychosocial support interventions to the affected individuals at the evacuation center. So we preposition those medical personnel to provide these services. Again, we'd like to acknowledge the barangay officials of Barangay Patag and Cagayan de Oro City Social Welfare Department for jointly assisting us for the requirements of the affected families. And finally, I'd like to inform that we do have our EOD expert, our EOD technicians. They are the ones that are technically proficient and knowledgeable to address. They were with us as we fight the fire and up to now as we clear the debris and different unexploded ordnance or OXO. And then we have also invited the SOCO for a conduct of a joint investigation to assist us in further conducting the investigation. So, next, for our timeline for the different way ahead, this is initially for us for the different activities, wherein our aim is to conduct and finish the investigation as well as to ensure that the families are returned already and we have cleared the debris and recovered any remaining unexplosive ordnance. So our latest is by 21 July we should be finished with these activities. That ends my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Question?
Let's now proceed to the press conference proper. The rules and regulations will now be presented by Major Garillo, the Chief of Division Public Affairs Office.
Magandang hapon ulit sa